So, good evening, everybody. This is a continuation of my fourth video of my 21 series of challenge recording of videos. Uh, so, I'm going to continue the story I started this morning. It ended up on very important part of my life, when I finally decided and managed to completely withdraw from these drugs that were following me most of my big part of my life. Yeah, and I must give many thanks for my beautiful wife Doriana, for her life, that she's like angel entering to my life. And since I finally managed to be free from it, this is like actually, let's say, the starting of our marriage. Although we were already married, but this is like, from my side, like true story, because this first year was like almost half dream. And here I learned many beautiful lessons that came to my life through this marriage, to this relation that we had, Toriana and me. One of first thing I learned about myself, when one day I came home, I was just a little bit drunk, just one beer, I think, nothing, just a little bit buzz. And I came home and I was searching for some clothes in the closet, not closet, you know where you put clothes. And there was like big mess inside, and that something came out from me like very angry. It's like and I start screaming, "What is this?" And I start throwing everything outside the thing. and I start yelling at her like, "What are you?" Some crazy stuff. And then I heard the voice of my father coming out from me in the same sentences. Then I realized this and I was like, and I look at her scared eyes and I was like, sorry. And then I realized that this program of my father was coming out from me. But there is beautiful thing, when we become aware of this stuff, it's completely dissolved immediately. We just realize, like completely aware. For me it was like real realization. I was like, sorry. And then I realized that we human beings, but also later through some teachings I learned from studying, but this is like my life lesson teaching me this story, that we as kids, when we observe our parents and when we coming to the age of our parents, we becoming like them. We will not become like, this is, I'm then like maybe 31 or 32 years, I'm not sure, but how I observed my father at these 30 years of age, how was he treating my mother, that same program start to activate through me to my wife. So yeah, this is one of big lessons I learned then. Then next thing what happened to me, when I realize I'm like now responsible for this family, that become like big burden for me. Like I felt like, oh my God, everything, I must think of everything. I'm responsible for our lives now. And then I completely shut down. It was like big, let's say, depression thing, like when I was like dropped down to my knees, and I practically closed myself to the room. I was not going out of the room for like almost 1 week. That was like first time in my life that this kind of stuff happened to me. But again, this love to my wife and her love that she's supporting me all the way, she's giving me the space when I'm needing. Get me out of this. But then what happened? It's something very beautiful. Then I come to this realization, like my father had the same thing, he was responsible for me and my mother. And it was war in our country back then when I was younger. And I was not like perfect kid. I was lying a lot, running, doing my stuff in my life, taking drugs, a lot of craziness. And I cannot imagine how it was for him, to have this kind of situation. There is a war. There is possibility he will be invited to war. My mother working all in 3 shifts in the factory, not all the time home. Me doing this crazy stuff. And I had this anger carrying inside of me. I was angry at him so much, but this realization that came to me, that understanding from this position of my life, it gave me this understanding, and I wanted to call him to say, Father, I'm really sorry for all the hatred I felt for you. And then this happened to me. I start crying and crying and crying. It was first time in 10 or 20 years I start to cry, because once when I was younger I decided I will never in my life put another tear, because I was crying a lot. Then I had this decision, I will not cry, and I didn't cry for many years. And this anger and holding, it was all inside me. And when it started to come out, it was like I could not breathe. I was like choking and everything. And my wife hugged me and held me, and I was crying. A lot of things came out this day from me, from this understanding, and from forgiving the things that was happened, and not even forgiving, for asking for forgiveness. And when the cry stopped, it was like somebody removed from me like so much weight. And me and my wife have like many beautiful years of marriage. Also, there is one thing for me, the marriage that I have with my wife was the most beautiful marriage I ever saw anywhere in my life, on the TV, in the book, because we were really supporting each other. And for me, this is like the center of every marriage, is that we develop this understanding that if we're going to walk with somebody through our life, that the most important thing is that we support each other, because we all carry some stories in us, and but we need to support each other. The other important thing is that we are going in the same direction. Like my wife and me we're going one part of our lives in the same direction completely. And I could talk so long about this marriage, but I will shorten because I really need to put this story to some ending and to come to some more important theme that I want to talk. At one point we moved to Africa together. We lived in Africa. I was there 1.5 years and she was with me for 1 year. And in this Africa something happened actually, but later on we come to this realization. Because after I returned from Africa, we were still together, and she returned before me because she needed to take exam for her studying, the last exam, and many things happen. I will not go there because it's personal and it's not only about me. But anyway, this thing that happened made me realize that because I was in Africa without work permit, and then I realized I really need to move from this space. I'll dedicate one video just for this Africa lessons. It's like so many beautiful lessons. But I moved from Africa, and then we started living together again, and it's like new fresh start, because when I moved I came with nothing at all, no money, no clothes, nothing, and we didn't have money, and I started to work, but there is this loan I took, there is a payment for the rent, and she still didn't found a job, and we were like holding the month with very, very little money. I think something like 50 euro. So we were like, oh, this is 50 euro, half to you, half to me, and then we went through the whole month. But slowly this started building up. We moved to another place. She found her job, started earning some money, and I was also earning some money. But the thing is, then the thing is, what happened, I was telling this story about Vision Quest and my callings. I started to feel this call to explore something. And this calling actually happened to me because for me, I came to this realization that this whole world is going to wrong direction, in direction of doom. I mean, look from me that at this point of time, like the whole civilization is going to the ending. And then I start to, first time in my life, to pray to some higher source. Like I said, please God, what can I do to change this? Please show me. And then this ceremony pop up in my Facebook, where my good friend, brother, spirit brother, soul brother, Leo, give this announcement about this ceremony that is happening. It's called Tu Tobacco. It's from Native Americans. It's come from Ecuador. And I felt like real big calling, and this again happened, this thing, I didn't have money, but just exactly amount of money came to my life, and I said, this is it, I must go to this ceremony. And I put this attention to tobacco. For this ceremony you spend some time with tobacco, you put attention, and my attention was like, what can I do to change the world? And I'll make this story short. And the point is, I went to this ceremony, I get clear instruction. Don't try to change the world at all. Leave it the world is perfect as it is. Change yourself, be the change you want to see. So my longing for search for everything that can help me to be the better man become my primary focus at that time. This is all my new passion in my life become this. And at the same time, the marriage of me and Doriana become stagnant. We were like, I was going to job, she's going to job, we were returning from job, watch some movie, having some intimacy, go to sleep, go to work. It was like like routine, becoming routine. And connection was starting to losing, And then I start to pray also to, please, I want to move from this spot. I really want to move, because I felt stuck. And what happened to me, I break my leg. Not leg, I tore my ligaments. And I was put in this position. I was laying down in my bed for 6 months with my leg in the air. It must be above the heart all the time. And my wife was working all the time. She was started chasing her career, new jobs. She's like super excited. It's like new stories beginning for her. And I was most of the day alone at home with this leg in the air. And when I need to go to the toilet, a lot of hurts. And I already come to this understanding. I don't want any kind of pills, no painkiller, nothing. So it was a lot of hurts. And when I go to the toilet, I need to throw myself to the floor and like scroll to the toilet and like go up to the wall and holding my leg in the air, trying to pee with all this pain. It was like crazy time, crazy painful experience for me. But what happened, this experience taught me this understanding of life, like how actually lucky I am to be able to walk, to have so much what we usually take for granted, this ability to walk, this ability to hear, to see, to talk, to smell, to be alive, to have roof on our head. So this gratitude came to me, to my life, and it was like huge expansion of my life. But this huge expansion also led me, I want to explore more about this, And my wife started to be in this mode of career, and our path came to the crossroad. She wanted to go left, something that I already went through actually, and I want to go right to some other dimensions. And one day, it was manifest in the world. I want to go to the village, to the forest, to the nature. She want to go to the city, to the center of the city. So one day she told me, Dario, okay, we could go to the, village, more to the nature, but can we please be as close as possible to the city? And when she told this, her sparkle in the eye just shut down. And I heard the story from her mother in this sentence. The same way I heard the story from my father when I attacked her. And at that point I came to this realization. I really need to end this. And I really need to end this video because we're coming to the 20 minutes. So yeah, no two, it's gonna be 3 parts. Who knows how it became, maybe 4 parts. We'll see. Thank you for listening me, and I wish you beautiful, beautiful night.